I had a question about how do I combine strength training and basically multi-directional speed, and that's an extremely broad question. Again, am I dealing with specific age of athletes, college athletes, high school and young kids? My multi-directional speed is basically driving the patterns that I want to see that day. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to focus on if it needs to be specific. Maybe I'm working with an elite basketball or baseball player. Well, I'm going to do some patterns they need to get better at. Okay. But if it's a young kid, I'm just going to throw a bunch of different skills at them. I want to make sure they can go linear, lateral, angular, retreating. They decelerate, reaccelerate, all those things, jump, land. I want to do all those, and I'm going to make sure each day I'm hitting something that they get better at. Okay, that's very simple to do. Just throw it in there, make sure you teach it, evaluate it, give them feedback, and then just keep the process going. Make sure you cue them really well so they understand how to move their body parts based off a cue rather than you just simply telling them every single time exactly how to do it, because they need to feel they need to connect what you're saying and the actual action. Strength training, again, I mean, I'm a big fan of strength training. I know that's how I can get my athletes to produce more force and absorb force quicker and safer. So I'm going to do all the movement patterns, knee bending, hip bending, or hinging, a push and a pull, vertical and horizontal, and then core strength. And then, you just combine it into what you want. Now, in terms of program design, I use a bunch of different things, but it depends on who I'm working with. If I have a team that I have all year round, I can implement any kind of strength training program I want. I'll do, a little bit of undulating type exercises with them. I'm really big on making sure they're getting some eccentric loading and some isometric control, but always finishing the movement with an explosive action. To answer the question, I mean, there's just so many things, and I've, when I've done individual workouts, like for Jimmer, my nephew Jimmer, when I would do his he would tell me, Lee, this is what the coaches are telling me. This is what they want to see me do. They want me to gain weight, lose weight, get stronger, be more explosive. That's how I designed his program. If he gave me, they need to be better, he needs to get better conditioning, well, then I did things that were better for conditioning. So really, it just depends on what you need. Investigate different training programs. There's a lot of good ones out there, and then implement what you need to get the result. Just make sure you know how to teach the exercise, the athlete knows how to do them, and they understand, you understand proper mechanics based on your athlete's limitations of, like, say, joint range of motion, limited ankle range of motion. Got to be careful squatting because they're going to get real bad form. You got to maybe go to a single leg action where you can control it a little better. But anyway, in a nutshell, if you have more specific questions, I can answer it easier. But if it's a global question like that, it just depends. There's too many variables that we can throw in there. So hopefully that helped a little bit.